Hey guys, hello and welcome. My name is Tracy and I'm a brand ambassador for Dixie Belle Paint Company, and I'm coming to you live here tonight on Dixie Belle's Facebook page and on Dixie Belle's Instagram page. Thank you all for being here tonight for my half hour, 40 minutes of painting, a little bit of instruction, and sharing some hopefully very helpful tips for y'all. First of all, I wanted to say thank you for last week. We had major internet issues last week, and y'all were all so kind on Facebook, so patient, and offered a lot of grace. And then not only did you do that when we had to shut Facebook down, but you joined us over on Instagram and made our Instagram audience even larger, which was really exciting to see you guys go to the trouble to do that. So thank you very much for doing that. And I posted that piece that we worked on for the last 2 weeks. I posted it today. I hope that you've had a chance to see it. I posted it on my page. It is the large green buffet with the roses and cactus and the deep pink on the inside and would you bend molds and gold added to it. It's amazing, and I hope that you will go over to my page and check it out. Give me a like and a follow when you're there on both accounts. Thank you so much for being here on Dixie Belle's page. We at Dixie Belle are a huge group of painters and retailers and crafters and brand ambassadors, content creators, just a very large family of people that love to make things beautiful and love to paint, and we love to teach as well. So we are here live on Instagram and Facebook every single day, Monday through Friday, every single day, just sharing what we love to do the most. So please say hello, let us know that you're here, let us know where you're tuning in from. Also mention if you've never tried our product before, if you've never tried Dixie Belle paint, let us know. If you're new to furniture painting and you've never painted a piece of furniture or a board or a canvas in your life, please let us know that as well. We'd love to reach out and offer you any help that we possibly can. Dixie Belle paint is not just for painting furniture, you guys. It is a fabulous chalk mineral paint for furniture, but because it's a chalk mineral paint, it allows you to paint on pretty much any surface. Anything that will stand still, it will allow you to paint. So if you follow us here on Wednesday nights, every single Wednesday night at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time, you will see that I paint a variety of things, not always just furniture. I paint chairs, aprons, blue jeans, tennis shoes, teapots, bubblegum machines, signs, canvas art, glass, you name it. I've painted it. I'm pretty sure, as well as a lot of people that are here. So if you have any questions at all, just ask. We'll be happy to answer you. My husband, Matt, is behind the camera.
Hey, guys.
That's him saying hello. He is my eyes and ears and will look for any comments or questions that you have. And if that is a good enough introduction, we're going to get started on this beauty behind us. Anything, babe, before?
We're not seeing any comments on Instagram for some reason, but we can see them on Facebook.
All right,
so
Instagram, if you're asking questions, we're sorry. I don't know why we're not seeing comments, but I'm just going to start teaching, and hopefully your comments will show up when I go back and look at the video after we've shut down the video for the evening, okay? We'll be on here for about 30 more minutes, so hang in there with us. All right, so this is a buffet that I've had in my shop now for, I don't know, several months, and I've been dying to use this Latin transfer on it. I did not use this Latin transfer when they first sent them to us. I used Alice first because Alice in Wonderland is my favorite, so I used that first. But the Latin transfer has been calling out to me, and I've been waiting for the right piece of furniture. So I've decided to use it on this piece. This is it up here on the wall. If you can see it, I've pinned it or taped it up to my staging wall behind there. It comes in 4 sheets. That's the entire size of it right there. So when you get this tube, when you order this tube, which by the way, I have put my link above this video on Facebook, and you can click that link. You can order any of the paints that you see tonight. You can order this transfer or other transfers with my link as well. And then I've also put the link there so that if you're looking for a local retailer, you can just go to the website, type in your zip code in the find a retailer section. It's a little box, like a search box, and they will give you a plethora, a list of retailers that are probably in your area that you can go meet, introduce yourself, and see the products for yourself in person. So anyway, look at the fabulous colors on the Latin transfer. I love it. And of course, y'all know I love that hot pink, and y'all know I love the turquoise, right? So I'm gonna pull it out of the tube. I don't wanna paint this buffet behind me one of those colors. I'm gonna show you a couple things about priming tonight really quickly. And I did this right here in about the last 40 minutes. This right here is primed. This side is not primed. And then I'm going to show you how to custom mix a color that I was looking for that I could not find. I looked up some special recipes on Dixie Belle's page. I don't even know if y'all know that those are there, but there's some custom color mixes listed on the website that are very easy for you to find. I went and looked for one, couldn't find it, so I made one myself, and I love it, and I can't wait to show it to y'all. So this is what the transfer looks like up close. I know that we've got some lights, so I'm not sure that you can see it really well, but what I want to show you is that in this design here, there is a very, well, first of all, when I was thinking about color, I was like, what is the opposite of like the pinks and the purples? When I look at pink and purple on the color wheel, what would be to the opposite side? And I thought of greens. So I'm like, I really want to go with some sort of green, maybe a moss, something like that. Well, then when I pulled it out of the tube and I looked, it's got green in it. It has very, very subtle, one little single leaf on this transfer is green. One little leaf is green, and I love it. And it kind of looks like an olive green to me. Well, Dixie Belle has a second line of paint called Silk Paint, and they actually have a color called Hampton Olive. Hampton Olive is a beautiful color, but it's much more tan than I wanted. This is more green. I wanted a rich, like a rich olive, like a green olive that you see in a jar, you know, with the pimento stuck inside it. That's the green that I wanted. So I looked at the entire paint line of Dixie Belle, and they don't have this green, even though they have like 12 or 13 greens that we painted together 2 weeks ago on that big hutch, right? We painted all the greens. Not one of those greens, if you can believe it, was this color. Not one of them, not even close, like not even like I could get away with it. Colors of green right here, dried sage and holy guacamole. And I thought, well, maybe that will give it to me because the color on the picture was called marsh. I'm like, well, that might work. So I mixed them 1 to 1, 1 spoonful, another spoonful, and I put them in this little jar right here, and I stirred it up really well. Well, this did not give me the color that I wanted. This is what this color is. Can they see that very well?
No, you're too far into the dark.
Oh, sorry. This is this color, okay? That's called marsh. It's a really cool color, but it's still too tan. It's kind of tannish, khaki, not really olive. It's not really what I wanted at all.
It gets a little blurry when you come in and out from the camera like that.
Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. All right, so then I thought, but you know what? Holy guacamole is pretty close, but I want it brighter. So I pulled out the Evergreen by Dixie Belle. I pulled out that, and I mixed Evergreen and holy guacamole. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you want a good olive, I think I found us an olive. Found us an olive. Here we go. What do you think about this? All right, Matt, I'm going to come up to the camera.
You can see.
What do you think about this color? I think that looks pretty olive to me. What do you think, Matt?
Yep.
Looks like an olive out of a jar?
Yep.
I am so excited, you guys. So this is what we're gonna color. This is what we're gonna color with. This is what we're gonna paint with. We're gonna do it 1 to 1. That's 1 to 1 ratio. Evergreen and holy guacamole to me makes the perfect. What do you call those olives, y'all?
I don't remember. Green olives.
Green olive? What's a manzanetta? Is that a green olive?
That's that purple thing, I think.
It is?
Isn't that the purple olive?
I don't know. Is it just called a green olive, you guys? So I'm super excited. So let's put some on. Let me just do it with my finger, actually, because I want to talk to you about priming here in just a second. Look at that. Look at that color. I love it. So, color mixing.
In the interest of not losing connection on the internet, I'm not going to be zooming in. Okay? Is that right?
Is someone asking you to zoom in?
No.
Oh, okay.
Spanish olive.
Spanish,
or,
yes.
Or avocado.
Or avocado?
Avocado? Same, pretty.
I don't think this is
color?
this is too green, I think. I don't think it's avocado to me is like almost heading towards I don't know, like a limey or something. Anyway, I'm very happy with it, and it looks great with the transfer. So, 1 to 1, doesn't matter how you do it. This is how I'm going to mix the colors once I talk to you about priming. I eat a lot of this coconut Cool Whip stuff, So I save these. I save these because if I want to mix up special colors in a large volume, a large enough volume to paint a dresser, I do it in these right here. And I use like measuring cups or, you know, a certain amount of spoonfuls and just do 1-to-1 ratio or whatever my ratio is. Put it in here, put the airtight lid on it, and it keeps. It doesn't dry out, it doesn't harden, and I'm able to work on my dresser, go to bed, come back out the next day. So some sort of container like this that you have that you can mix your paints in, then rinse them out and you can reuse them. So that's what I'll be mixing the paint in. So this is a primed piece right here. What I did to this.
They are manzanilla olives.
They are?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, yes. I love it when I'm right. I love it when I'm right.
Is the video feed coming in all right on Facebook now? Let me know.
All right, so this is what it looked like right here. And I cleaned it with White Lightning, which is the granules of TSP and some other stuff that Dixie Belle has formulated and put together for us to make the most amazing cleaner ever. I put a few teaspoons of that into some warm water. I shake it, I spray my piece down. I give it a good shower, I wipe it down, all this nastiness comes off. This definitely was a bleeding wood. This is raw wood. Bleeding, it was a bleeding wood, like a sheep. Sounded like a sheep, it was bleating. Not funny. So I decided I needed to prime it. So I chose B.O.S. and gray. B.O.S. comes in clear, white, and gray. Y'all all know this, right? But if you're new, you do not know that. So you get 3 color choices of B.O.S. B.O.S. blocks, odors, stops stains, and smells. So, and bleed through. So I chose gray. This is my gray right here. Isn't it beautiful? You want me to tell you how I get that finish to look so pretty? Because let me show you, if you brush on your first coat, it's gonna look like this. Let me show you. So, got my brush and start brushing it on. So this is one coat. That over there is one coat and a stipple coat. So I like to stipple paint. I like to stipple my primer, not all the time, but on a lot of projects. So what I'm doing right here is brushing back and forth. This is just a brush coat. This is a scratch coat. Dixie Belle paint has self-levelers in it. The B.O.S. primer also has a leveler in it, but if you overwork it, you tend to leave brush strokes, even though it's got a self-leveler. I mean, it's not magic, you guys. We'd like to believe that it's magic. But if you overwork it and you stay on it, even your primer is going to end up with brush strokes. So then, when you go to put your paint on, no matter how smooth you are working, unless you're blending and you're using a ton of water, which I do, you are very likely going to end up with brush strokes. Brush strokes don't really bother me, but a lot of people get super wigged out about them. So I'm going to show you how to alleviate that problem right now. How are we doing, guys? Does anybody have any questions about the paint color that we came up with or what I'm doing here?
No questions yet.
Really? Any comments, babe, you want to share with me?
I'm thinking we're frozen on Instagram just because it says, ever since we signed in, it said 57 followers active now, and we've got no comments, and that number hasn't changed at all.
Are you sure we're live?
It says, no, I'm not sure.
Oh my gosh.
Hang on, guys.
Lord.
I hit that once when it was red. I think if you hit it again, it stops. Should we pipe in some music while we're doing stuff like that?
I'm just going to ask someone to go look on Instagram. Hey, one of my Facebook followers, will y'all go over to Instagram and see if we're live? Will y'all go look, please? And let us know.
What kind of brush are you using for the primer?
Okay, that's a great question. It doesn't really matter, but this is a synthetic brush. I love Dixie Belle synthetic brushes. This one, huh?
It is not live, so I hit that button again. Didn't do anything. Should I close it out? I'll mess around with it over here and keep my mouth shut.
Oh my
Just
gosh.
proceed.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, Judy says we're live.
On Instagram?
Well, on Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
What primer are you using? Is it Gray B.O.S.?
Yes, this is gray B.O.S. and I'm using I think this is the oval medium. This is an oval medium. It's not a brush that I use that often, but when I pounce, I do like to use it. So when you brush back and forth, you want to use it, you don't want to put on too thick, but you also don't want to put it on too thin. You want to get some good coverage. I kind of go all over and then go back to it in just a minute and kind of smooth it out. So I'll come back over here, kind of take off some excess like this. And I did that over there really, really quickly. But your first coat doesn't look great, and you don't have to do 2 coats, especially because we're doing a darker color paint. I don't have to do 2 coats.
Do you have any brushes for sale for blending? Donna wants to know.
I can't sell the brushes myself, like me ship them to you, but I do have a link on up here. I think the brand new Best Stained Wax brushes, is that what you're asking about, that people are using for blending? I think those sold out, I think. I'm not sure.
So I'm not really sure what to do on this. I closed that out, and now I don't have a video button. So now we're definitely not.
Okay.
Okay.
So sad. We just can't get it right.
So what's the deal with the paintbrushes?
What do you mean?
There's a shortage on brushes?
Yes.
Or...
Yes. There's a shortage on brushes, for sure. For sure. But you know what, guys? This is what I have to say. If you have brushes on hand, they last forever. Forever. And if you take good care of them, they just, this brush, I can't even tell you how old that brush is. I actually prefer my old, look at this brush. It still paints just as beautifully as the day I caught it. It does. I love them. And then these right here, these new brushes.
Those are cool.
Yeah, these are really cool. And these work really, really well with the chalk paint, the chalk mineral paint. These brushes do. Okay, so my little trick is, even though this isn't dry at all. Let me see if I can get a little piece of this to dry, and then I'm going to show you my little trick on priming. So if y'all have followed me for a while, y'all know that I like to pounce or stipple, either way, whatever you want to call it. Especially if you're doing it on a different substrate besides wood, or a real slick surface like the super shiny wood, or metal, or plastic, laminate, those sorts of things. If you will stipple, that is very, very helpful in getting a really good finish. Especially if you're having trouble, you've used slick stick and it's a super slick surface and you're using slick stick, even stippling and pouncing your slick stick is really helpful. So my second coat, I come back with a brush. Let me use a little bit bigger one this time. I'm going to use my oval large, okay? So, and you don't have to. You could use a regular paintbrush. But I come in and my next coat, I do like this.
Is that just for texture?
It doesn't give it texture so much. It gives, it delivers a larger amount of paint, kind of like a sprayer does.
That's stippling right there that you're doing?
Or pouncing, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
Stipple or pounce. I do just like this. And you just kind of want to deliver the paint to the surface. You don't want to beat it up. You just want to put it on and just move on. And what this allows is you're allowing the self-leveling capabilities to work, because you're putting it on in little tiny mountains. You're pouncing and pulling away, and it makes like all these little peaks, and then the peaks flatten out. Whereas if you brush back and forth like this, you're spreading it one way, and then you're spreading it another way, and you're taking the bristles and you're running them through, and you're making like highways through it. You know what I mean? So if you do this and stay out of it, you are just sort of delivering it, sort of like, you know how you get that beautiful finish with a sprayer, but I'm just not a sprayer. I don't enjoy spraying. So I just go over my second coat just like this, whether it's paint or primer, and this is just a pounced, I call it a pounced or stippled finish. And you just can see it. I can already see the little mountains just starting to lay out, and it really levels out beautifully. And this side over here, it is so smooth. I didn't sand it. I didn't do anything. It just levels itself out.
So is that a silk paint or a chalk paint?
What I'm using right here?
Yeah.
This is a primer. This is the primer.
Oh,
this
that's
is
still the B.O.S.?
Yeah, this is B.O.S. This is B.O.S.
Do you lightly sand between primer coats?
I don't, because I do this. Because I do this. This, there's not one single brush stroke over there. I just deliver the paint just like this in little tiny mountains, putting it on quite liberally, quite a bit there on my brush. You can see it, see? And now I just kind of smooth it out. Just up and down, just like that. So if you've ever taken any of my online classes, we do this in my online classes. And it just offers a really, really solid finish.
I think we have a viewer from Okinawa on tonight.
Oh, we do? Like Brody or Tiffany?
Like Brody.
Oh.
I haven't seen him on here, but
Hi.
Sherry said hello to Brody, so I assume he's on.
Oh, hi, Sherry. Sherry's on. Hi. You haven't told me that.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi. Okay,
So
so
would
y'all,
that technique work with Slick Stick?
I use this technique with Slick Stick. This is what I do on my gumball machines and my teapots and anything like that. This is what I do. This is how I use my Slick Stick right
Okay,
here.
so can you only use, whoops, no way. So can you only use Dixie Belle paint over the B.O.S. primer, or will other chalk paint work as well?
That is a good question. I don't know why other paints wouldn't work over it, but I'm going to be honest and tell you I haven't tried it. Since I've used B.O.S., I've been with Dixie Belle, and that's the only paint I use. So I can't personally answer that question and say, yes, it does. I've tried it. So maybe someone else can answer that question. B.O.S. is amazing.
Why would you
though.
want to use someone else's chalk paint?
Maybe they have some they want to use up. I don't know. Okay, so that's that. So now let's go try out our green, you guys. Let's go. Let's mix some up. I don't want to use that little bit there that I mixed up. So let's mix some.
You're kicking the camera.
Oh, sorry. All right, so let me get my real professional.
Teresa says pouncing is therapeutic.
It is. It is therapeutic, isn't it? All right, so my trusty little spoons. These are old silverware that we don't use anymore. And, I do not want dried sage. Nope. I want holy guacamole and evergreen to make our, however you say it, manzanetta olives. All right, I'm just gonna do one hefty spoonful. I'm only gonna mix this much up right now with you guys, and I will finish mixing when I go off camera or when I go live on my page next. And another hefty spoonful.
So how many spoonfuls of each are you going to need to cover that whole piece?
I don't know. I will just keep doing it. If I wanted to pull out my cups, I could measure it that way, but I don't know. I'll just keep doing it until I feel this probably, I could do this whole piece in just probably not quite just 1 8 ounce. I would say probably about 10 or 12 ounces probably. I would want a 16 ounce. Who buys 8 ounce
Size of
paints?
a Coke or a beer.
Well, they have 8 ounce paints available. The Dixie Belle paint comes in 8 ounce, 16 ounce, and 32 ounce. So I guess if you are just wanting to try it, 8 ounces is always a good idea. But I never want to run out. I never would want to be in the middle of a project and run out. So I tend to overdo. Right, babe? Even when we have parties or...
Yep, she's an overdoer.
I'm an overcooker, an overbuyer. I'm an overdoer. I have like this fear of not having enough. All right, it's beautiful. It's really, really pretty.
Oh. I guess Sparky made an appearance.
She did.
Yeah.
Sparky, you wanted to come be on camera. You little puppy. Okay.
We had a dog eat an entire cake today off the counter.
We did. Our dog, not her, the one that's the size of an adult, human adult, ate a freshly baked cake out of the oven, the entire thing, while I was out here painting.
Right off the counter.
Right off the counter. Yep, she did. Which is crazy because she hasn't done that before. All right, I'm super excited. I'm gonna move over to this other side. What brush should I use? I'm gonna use my flat medium because that's my favorite brush. And let's move over here.
Where are you going?
I just had to switch.
Okay.
I had to get my right arm. I had to get my right arm to the camera.
You have your painting hand.
All right. Here we go. Oh, that is, okay, this is when I have to hold my arm.
Why? From the shaking?
Because it flaps when you pounce. I'm just gonna be honest. That is a gorgeous green, guys. That is so pretty.
Yeah,
I
like
was
that
actually
color.
gonna do the middle in white, but I'll go ahead and do it green for now. But I am gonna do where the transfer is gonna go here and all across there. Okay, that's where the transfer is gonna go. Not tonight, obviously, but that transfer will go there. Isn't this beautiful?
Somebody mentioned you forgot to prime the bottom rails. You gonna do that later?
Oh yeah, I'll do that later. Yeah, I just didn't figure you guys wanted to keep watching me prime. I was anxious to get color on. Priming can get really boring, but it's so important. But it's boring. Boring. You know what? Someone said avocado. Who said avocado?
Somebody said avocado.
Okay, so I eat about 2 avocados a day. So I would not call this a true avocado, but you know what I would call this? Avocado green. I would call it that. Like the 1970s retro
Like
green
the old
refrigerators.
and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, the old refrigerators, and I can see that now. Whoever said that, I didn't agree with you, and now I do.
It looks like some people's version of the army green. You'll see old school camo in that kind of green.
So let me do this drawer down here like this.
Oh,
What?
nothing.
What?
The comments weren't scrolling, so I got some catching up to do.
Oh. All right, you can do this too.
Beth says, what transfer?
It's up there, up at the top. It's called
yeah. Latin something.
Latin Floral.
Those are the transfers.
Yep, up there at the top. That's what comes in one. That's one transfer. That's what it'll look like when you order it and you get the tube and you open it. That's what it'll look like.
And who makes that one? Is that Dixie Belle?
Yeah, it's one of the new ones from Dixie Belle. Yep, it's one of the new transfers. I put my link at the top of this video, and that link will take you to where you can get the transfers.
Sherry is asking where this piece is going, so I'm going to go ahead and say it's going in your dining room, Sherry. Send John out here to pick it up. Question pertaining to gel stain. Any tips for avoiding the squiggle worms or when sanding? They all show up when I applied the stain.
Yeah. Are you talking about from sanding like the circles? Like, are you using a disc sander and you're getting the circles? Is that what you're talking about? Do you have any advice on that, babe? I don't get that all the time, but then sometimes I will. I'll just randomly get those circles.
I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest with you.
You've never had that happen?
When we're doing what?
When you sand,
Yeah?
and then you pick it up, and when you go to stain, you'll see like where your sander had been.
Oh, yeah. That's why I don't like circular sanders.
Oh, so whoever just asked that, did she answer and say if she's using a circular sander?
No, or at least I haven't gotten there yet.
Okay, answer us and tell us if you're using a circular.
When will the Alice class be?
Announcing that soon. I know I
Coming
said that last
soon.
week. I know I said that last week, but really, I thought it would already be today. I thought I would get to announce it today, but I'm waiting. My team is working on it. There's a lot that's behind the scenes of getting something like that set up. A lot of website, back-end work, making a pay now.
Stick.
Slick Stick or B.O.S.S? If you're using Slick Stick, yes. Slick Stick, you should use 2 coats.
And Brittany's saying don't put pressure on the sander if you're seeing the circles.
And Matt said that's why he doesn't like circular sanders, because he gets that.
Yeah.
Page.
Okay, we're back.
Keep all.
All right, looks like we got knocked off and lost about 130 people.
All right, guys. So that's that. We are.
Are you going to do 1 or 2 coats of that green paint? Sorry.
I'm gonna do probably 2 coats. 2 coats, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go before we lose y'all again. I don't know. I am so sorry. We're going round and round with the internet situation. So
It's been
really
bad for like 10 days.
It has been, and I'm so sorry, and I'm so frustrated. I'm sure you can tell, but Anyway, I don't want to lose the video. I'm gonna let you guys go. I hope y'all enjoy getting to see that you can make a lot of custom colors. Just try it. I want you to try to make some colors. This piece will be available as well. The piece that I just finished was available. Let me know if anyone's interested. I hope you'll try the Dixie Belle transfers. They are amazing and a lot of fun and super, super easy to use. Dixie Belle, thank you for having me. Thank you for being patient with the internet, you guys. And we will see y'all next Wednesday. I'll be live on my page here in just a little bit. Thank you.
We're going to switch internet service if we can't get it worked out by next Wednesday.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Thanks, guys. Bye.